Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Hewitt. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Bucky Irving now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field, you just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Baker now from the gun. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Tight end going in motion here. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. This one's taken in by Otten. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
First and 10, it's a gift to White. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Mayfield with a blitz coming. Evans brings in the slant. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. From the gun, a run for White. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. This finds Evans, complete. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third and short, Mayfield. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Coming left is White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. They just get the play off. That's brought in by White. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that will get them on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Julius Chestnut to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to the 2nd pick of the 2nd round back in 2023. Out of Kentucky, it's Will Levis.
Well, even though it took over an entire quarter for him to finally get on the field, he does get to head out there with a chance to give his team an immediate lead. And you almost expected, Kate, for him to do that. With how much time he's had on the sideline to prepare, with his guys focused for their chance as it's finally arrived.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Levis now off the play fake. That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Now a toss, it's Pollard. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a 1st down as close as they were to the sticks.
1st down, ball at the 36. Handoff running right, Pollard. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Levis back to throw. It's caught. This is Tajay Spears. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
3rd and short yardage, Levis. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. And 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their 2nd drive coming up. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They kick the running back in motion. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers driving ahead. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, here's Baker. Jump off caught by his back. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Hauled in by Godwin. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Mayfield to throw again. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their 1st. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Mason Kinsey to return this for the Titans. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Titans will get set to take over. The Titans offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Levis now on 1st down. That's brought in by Calvin Ridley. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Levis here on first down. Pass caught by Ridley. And he gets him around 6 there. Yaya Diaby brings him down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Motioning the tight end left. Levis throwing again. Has the connection to Ridley. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Tennessee calling its second timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Levis from the shotgun. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Titans call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Levis. And he sails that one over the end zone.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, Levis. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So the Titans left with a 4th down, and we're going to see Nick Folk after the try. This from 35 yards away. The kick by Gano is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a jump play. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. On the return, here comes Tajay Spears. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So to begin the third, it'll be the Titans offense we see first. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing is Levis. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Levis to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka gets there to take him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Levis. He lofts it deep left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That's taken at the 15. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Baker now off the play fake. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. Wow, this has been a great game so far, Brock. A hard-fought first half, but they're really offering an edge to their opponent here by throwing a pick on their opening drive.
And now we'll get to see if they can capitalize that and pull ahead. They've already got the ball once this half. You know that they're loose, and now they get it back just one snap later.
The Titans ready to take over on offense. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Again, a run with Pollard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Levis. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Pollard will take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans parlay the interception into points. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Nick Folk now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Titans break that tie and now lead by 7. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Irving. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here come the Bucs on offense now. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 31. Escapes out to... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set, 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. 3rd and long, Mayfield. It is cut left side. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And now he's going to call for the fair catch and take it just beyond the 30. The Titans and Tony Pollard headed back out there offensively. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Now Levis has his man. It's Ridley. And he'll get it up to the 44. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Titans have it with the lead. Just got to hang on for a little bit longer. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Levis. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football, the Legion of Boom, obviously out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone, trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Pass taken in by Pollard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. This is Ridley working the right side. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Okonkwo brings it in. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Defense showing blitz. Levis. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal. Levis setting to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, you're looking at a huge gain.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw it. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
The kick by Gano is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's White on the return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down. Baker now from the gun. He just throws this one away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Titans get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And as that defense comes off the field clean, making this stop, Brock, they've got to feel that they're just moments away from this victory.
Yeah, the odds would tell you that. Certainly a 2-possession lead this late ought to do it, but crazy things happen in this league every week. So don't go taking that jersey off until your offense hopefully runs out the clock.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. And that timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only 1 field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Titans are your winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.